Myself, Dr. Sarojini Malik, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics. Today in this video lecture, we will discuss on the topic that is classical approach to macroeconomics. We have a series of content that includes introduction part, assumptions of the theory, sales law of market, determination of output and employment, goods market equilibrium, money market equilibrium, and the criticism part. The classical theory of employment, two renowned economists associated with the theory, one is Adam Smith and David Ricardo. And this theory focused on full employment in the economy. That implies in the economic system there is always full employment, and this full employment is treated as a very normal situation. That means any deviation from the full employment level, that will be automatically leads to full employment. Then there are a number of assumptions in this theory. The first assumption is full employment. As the theory says that there is full employment exists in the economic system and economic activities, full employment persists throughout this theory. And the second one is laissez-faire capitalist economy. Classical theory as a special doctrine over laissez-faire economy. That means there is no government intervention or interference in the economic activity in the country. Then there is closed economy exist in the country. That implies there is no international trade should be practiced in the country. And the next one is perfect competition in both the labor market and product market. In the labor market, the wage rate is determined with the forces of demand for labor and supply of labor. Like that, in the product market, determined with the forces of equality between the saving and investment. And the labor is a homogeneous factor in the production process. That means the unit of labor are identical from all the aspects, and the total output of the economy is divided into the consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. That means Y, that is the output of the country, is equal to C, that is the consumption expenditure, plus I, that is the investment expenditure. And quantity of money is given. That means in this theory, money is only used as a medium of exchange. And wage price flexibility is also an important assumption of the theory. That implies that the flexibility in wage and price that leads to the deviation, the deterioration arised in the full employment level. Then perfect knowledge about the market through the participants. And the next one is there is direct proportional relationship between the money wage and real wage. That means when the money wage increases, that leads to automatically increase in the real wage. And there is equality between the saving and investment, that is determined by the rate of interest. And there is constant capital stock and technical know-how in the production process or production function. Next, the law of diminishing return operates in the production function, and this theory is exercised under the long run. Sales law of market. That is one of the important concept of classical theory, which states that supply creates its own demand. That means anything that is produced in the production process or in the country should be sold out, and there is no overproduction in the economy. And in this law says this operates barter system. That means goods are exchanged in terms of goods and services, and there is equality between the saving and investment in the production process, and rate of interest is treated as a determinant factor, not a determining factor. And the basic implications of Say's laws said that there is full employment in the economy, proper utilization of resources, perfect competition. That means in the market size, about the automatic adjustment mechanism that arises due to wage price flexibility in the economy, that leads to automatic adjustment in the full employment level. And another thing is neutrality of money, as we have discussed before, that the money will be considered as only as the medium of exchange, and there is laissez-faire economy, and saving is considered as a social virtue. Then the determination of output and employment under classical theory says that output is an increasing function of number of workers. That means when the number or unit of workers increases, that automatically leads to increase in the output level. But at the after some point, that means after reaching the maximum level of output, further increase in the unit of worker will lead to decrease in the production or output. That means there is operation of decreasing return. And in labor market equilibrium, the equilibrium level of wage rate can be determined with the forces of demand for labor and supply of labor. And here in this concept, demand for labor is a decreasing function of real wage rate, and supply of labor is the increasing function of real wage rate. And the point where both the demand for labor and supply of labor becomes equal with each other, that is the point of equilibrium level of wage rate. Another important equilibrium concept that is discussed under classical theory is goods market equilibrium, where the national income and rate of interest is determined with the forces of IS and LM curve. The point where the IS curve intersects the LM curve determines the equilibrium level of national income and equilibrium level of rate of interest. Similarly, in the case of money market equilibrium, the rate of interest is determined with the forces of demand for money and supply of money, where the quantity of money or money supply is considered as fixed or given or constant, and demand for money is an active variable that plays an important role in the determination of rate of interest. And the point where both the demand for money and supply of money becomes equals with each other determines the equilibrium level of rate of interest. Now coming to the criticism point, Keynes has criticized the classical theory from various aspects. First, he criticized the theory on the ground of full employment equilibrium. Keynes criticized the theory and stated that full employment equilibrium is not practically applicable to the real world, and in practice we can say that the equilibrium is always achieved in the situation where underemployment persists. And Keynes also rejected Say's law on the ground that supply creates its own demand. That means he said that practical world there is generally overproduction over the demand of a particular commodity. According to Keynes, as stated by the classical economists, that there is self-adjustment in the wage price flexibility that leads to automatic adjustment in order to achieve the full employment level is not actually operates. That means self-adjustment is not possible as per Keynes' statement. Classical theorists said that there is saving and investment equality that is due to rate of interest, but according to Keynes, that is not true. The equality between saving and investment mainly arises due to change in income, not due to rate of interest. And neutrality of money, as stated by the classical economist, is completely rejected by Keynes. He said that money has another important functions as store of value, payment of the deferred payment. That is also two important functions of money. And according to classicals, there is only one function of money, that is the medium of exchange, that is criticized by Keynes. And the next criticism arises from Keynes' point of view, that is importance of state intervention. The classicals advocated in the favor of laissez-faire economy, but in the real world, any kind of economic activities without the intervention of or the interference of government is not actually possible, and it will lead to more disturbances in the economic setup. And then rejection of quantity theory of money. The quantity theory of money given by classical theory, that is the supply of money is constant or already given, has been strongly criticized by Keynes, and he stated that the supply of money plays an important role in the determination of rate of interest. Important as assumption that has been advocated by the classical theorist. Theory operates in the long run, but as per Keynes, in the long run we all are dead. So the real problem, economic problems, arises in the short run. That is a challenge for the economic conditions and the country as well. And here we have to deal with the economic problems in the short run. So this is all for today. We will catch you soon in more such videos on economics. Stay tuned. Thank you.